we had rattlesnakes all over the area there, and the older kids, Bryce, and I don't know if you were involved in keeping the rattlesnakes or whatever, but they had rattlesnakes up in the attic of the granary or the barn or somewhere in cages. And they used to play with those rattlesnakes and put them around their neck and that sort of thing. I don't know if Betty told about this when she was talking, but I remember going in the house one time and there was Betty sitting in the living room with a rattlesnake crawling through her blouse and out her arm.
And that was a big rattlesnake.
I just remember it being a rattlesnake, and I'd never seen her do it before, and I walked in the house and there she was, and that surprised me, but no one ever got bit.
How old do you think you were at that time?
Oh, probably 8 or 9 maybe, or something like that. But I heard the story about Bryce. The milk inspector came one time, and Dad, it wasn't convenient for Dad to have the milk inspector there, and he asked him if he could come back another time or something like that, and they had a disagreement. And Bryce saw they were having a disagreement, and he came out with a big, dark, almost black rattlesnake hanging, whipped around him from about here up there, and he stood next to that milk inspector, and all of a sudden the milk inspector looked over and saw that rattlesnake. And I guess he turned white and hollered and went and jumped in his car and took off. That ended the milk inspection.
That was Bill Shea was the inspector.
Was it?
Yep.
But that's...
I remember him another time he come to the barn. They's always giving Dad a bad time about the health, and of course we wasn't pasteurized. That's during that era when people were starting to homogenize, pasteurize first and then homogenation. But he come in and give Dad a bad time, and we had the milk cows in there. It was right in the middle of milking the cows, and they just come in off some green grass, and the whole Bill Shea standing there and got behind one of them. And the old cow eating grain is still, and there's eating grain. We got him just before we started milking. And this cow coughed, and Bill Shea wore a white suit, white pants. And this, I don't know which cow, but it was a red kind of jersey. She raised her tail, and out come all over Bill Shea.
all that green.
And I don't think he bothered Dad anymore. That kind of took after that, and the rattlesnake bit. Yeah.
That was 2 events that were well timed,
Oh boy.
without knowing in advance what was going to happen. But